Our guest tonight is Margaret Ezeri, a makeup artist from Nigeria. You'll be amazed to find out that so much happening in Nigeria today with the makeup industry. She's here to tell us about how she brings smiles to the faces of beautiful women to enhance the beauty, to give us an intense look for those special moments in their life. Sit back and relax and enjoy today's show. Welcome to Unveiling Africa, one beautiful face at a time. We have in our midst today a makeup artist all the way from Nigeria. She's going to tell us a little bit more about herself, how she came into this business. She's going to tell us why she did what she's doing and how she became a household name in Nigeria and now possibly in America. Let's meet Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Christine.
Margaret.
Hi,
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you to Christine for inviting me over.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, Margaret, tell us your African name, because we're unveiling Africa. So I
Yeah.
like to unveil all that's beautiful about Africa. And isn't she gorgeous? This is all, and this is me too. That's her. That's me. So she's going to tell us about where you come from in Nigeria. What's your African name? If it has a meaning, tell us what it means.
Okay, so I'm from the Igbo-speaking tribe in Nigeria.
Okay.
Specifically Abia State.
Oh, okay.
My name is Margaret. That's the English name, but my native name is Ihoma. Ihoma means fine face. It means beautiful face or
She
good
was
luck.
born to be a makeup artist. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'm from Abia State and I love makeup. I love everything makeup. I developed a passion for this in my university days. I used to watch two top makeup artists back then, transform women literally from simple to, glam, and seeing the joy on the faces of these women just made me decide, look, I'm just gonna do whatever I can do to put a smile on a face, and that's why I decided to get myself trained, not just because I had the talent or the passion for it. I had to get myself trained.
And that's where I come in there. I mean, where this goes to the next step. She was a banker.
Yeah, I was a banker for 10 years.
For 10 years. But
Yeah.
like she said, she wanted to bring this beautiful smile to people's faces and to make everyone look beautiful. Who doesn't want it to look beautiful? Who doesn't want to look beautiful? Every woman on earth, even some men, want to look beautiful and handsome. So tell us now, what inspired you, besides not wanting to put a smile on people's faces, what inspired you further to go into this full time?
Okay, so it's one thing to have a passion and one thing to be able to transform your passion into a business. Okay, so for me, it wasn't just about me having the passion. I also needed to turn this into a full-time business to be able to touch as many lives as I could and also make money doing something beautiful, So that's another thing that inspired me to go into this, full-time, just to see this become like a big business, and I'm working towards the top.
Yeah. So tell me, how you plan to do that? How are you going to make this into a multi-billion-dollar industry like it commands today?
Yeah, so there are so many facets to the beauty industry, not just being a makeup artist. You have the business side of it, having your own makeup line. For now, I'm still working on faces and trying to develop my products, and that's in the line. I'm working on that right now. So I hope to see my cosmetic line, my makeup line, not just in the stores in Africa but around the world, to take Nigeria, to take Africa to the world. Nigerians, we have our own version of makeup. We lent it, but we have our version of makeup. We love colors, intensive colors. So I look forward to bringing Nigeria to the world.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I like what you say, because African makeup artists are really very creative and very intense. They use color a lot, which is, as you can see, we love color in Africa. But more importantly, it's like a transformation. You transform the woman from, and I'm not saying ordinary is no good. Ordinary is just perfect. Natural is perfect and it's good. But some people just want to go an up, a level up. And for weddings, for grand finales or parties that signify milestone. People like to look glam, and that's where your makeup artists come in. But I chose you because I've worked with several makeup artists. I chose you because of the subtlety of and the patience and the love that you exude when you make the faces up.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but tell us now. What in the future? How would someone coming into this business today? What should they be looking out for, and how can they prepare themselves to be a professional?
Okay, first of all, I would say have a passion. You are going to be making a lot of sacrifices because you will have to do so many freelance jobs.
Okay.
Charge so small for them. Do not come into the industry thinking like you're just going to make it big immediately. You have to exhibit a bit of patience, okay, and be passionate, because when the money is not coming in, the passion will give you the strength to go on.
You're absolutely right, and I'm sorry to interject, but for me, I've been doing this business for some time now, and I've not made $1 million yet, but I know I'm going to make $1 million. But it's the passion that drives me every day to continue to strive to go on and do what I do, like hosting a TV talk show for Africans, purely for Africans, showcasing their beauty, their talents, like this lady, and all the wonderful products from Africa. I just want to showcase to the world that we are people too, and we strive for the very best. So in that light, I want to ask you, in Nigeria, how has the business taken off? Because in the past, women didn't pay for makeup. In fact, your husband will say, "Are you crazy? You're spending my hard-earned money on makeup?" But ladies are doing this now, and so how have they received this new glam life?
So I think with Nigeria, we love things big. If we have to do it, we do it big. If we have to do it, we make it colorful. So the makeup industry in Nigeria has grown so big, and in the next 10 years, it's even going to grow bigger. We're going to grow bigger than Nigeria.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, because this is an industry where you can carve a niche for yourself. You will always have your own clients.
Yes.
Yeah, you will always have your own clients. If you are patient, okay, you will always have your own clients. And the Nigerian makeup industry is growing at such a rate that women hardly go for parties without having a makeover.
I heard that.
Yeah, so they tell you as a bride, like, if you're not careful, if you do not look good, your guests will outdo you. So it's really big. It's really big, and a lot of people are not so much on subtle in Nigeria. They just want to look glamorous. Why pay, to look simple?
Yeah.
So for Nigerians, that's not what they pay for. They pay to really get
stand
transformed,
out,
beautiful, and stand out in every occasion they go for. So it's really growing big in Nigeria, and I see it even growing bigger than what it is now, 10 years from now.
Amen. Well, in the past, ladies used to look elsewhere to to take care of themselves and to enriching themselves. But with the makeup industry, I've seen a trend. Women are becoming more independent and less dependent on maybe their menfolk or their husbands, and they're becoming very, sustainable, to sustain themselves and their families. So how is that played in with the makeup industry? How has that helped that situation where women are no longer dependent on? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's also encouraging women to be more independent and self-sustaining, right?
Yeah, the makeup industry is an industry where, like I've been saying earlier on, if you're patient, you will definitely make it. People pay to look beautiful. So a lot of women in Nigeria, in Africa, are now being empowered.
Yes.
Because a lot of young girls now, when they finish the university, they do not have to wait for white-collar jobs. A lot of them have this beautiful talent. They glam faces up almost every weekend. They are booked, so they feed, and this has reduced a lot of dependency on men or trying to do extreme things to take care of themselves. A lot of young girls are now self-empowered, and this is all thanks to the makeup industry.
And that's, people will say, what's the significance of bringing a makeup artist to a show? But it's important, and I did it for a very important reason, because like she said, it's going to be a self-sustaining, independent way of living, so that we women are not subjected to the tortures, antics that some of those men put some of us through, because they want to empower us or to make us rich or whatever. So now we can do it on our own, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because now Margaret is telling the world of young girls out there and women out there, that you can do it on your own. You don't need a man to treat you badly because you want to be because you want to be a rich woman or something like that. But this way we can be strong on our own, and this is like for promoting women up there.
And this is I would also like to chip in this. If you're a makeup artist, it's a beautiful skill.
Yes.
Because this is an art that is sellable across the
world.
You find yourself in a new location. Before you get a job,
you got clients.
You already have clients.
Yeah, you got some
people refer you. One person has this job done with you, and she looks absolutely beautiful. She refers you to someone else, and then that's just it. You start building your client base. Wherever you find yourself, it's a sellable skill.
Fantastic, isn't that?
If you're in a hurry and you do not have your tools, this finger, is this the forefinger? I don't know what it is, but
the forefinger. You can use your forefinger.
This finger, use this finger to apply your eyeshadow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just put it on your eyeshadow and do not rub. You just
dab.
Pat. Just a quick one.
Okay.
This finger, not any other finger.
Okay.
This is an eyeshadow finger. Yeah, and if you want to blend, like a quick blend, you use this too and just tap over your face. You don't have to have brushes all the time. Yeah,
especially in places like Africa, where we're not exposed, or we're not readily we don't find the utensils or the equipment readily available. Those are little insider secrets from an African woman, how to still look like this at the end of the day. We'll be right back with more information on makeup artists, artistry from Margaret, and also her information where you could reach her.
So you start with a clean face. You probably would have applied your foundation or your powder, but sometimes some people do the brows before the foundation, and other times, people apply foundation.
Welcome back. We're here with Margaret, the makeup artist from Nigeria, shedding some light on makeup artistry in Africa today, giving us some insider secret information so that we can look beautiful too, even though we don't have all the brushes and utensils that we need, and also telling us what products really enhance makeup. What is one of the secrets to bring out a beautiful glow in our faces today? Because in the olden days, they would use leeches, or they would use some toxic material, substances that may bring terrible things to your skin. But tell us what you could do today.
So to have, I always say that, every makeup, whatever makeup you're doing, your skin is very important to a beautiful makeup. It's the base any makeup artist will work on. You need to first take care of your skin. Do not be concerned about using foundation all the time to cover all the spots. Yeah, work on your skin, take care of your skin. And how do you do this? This is simple, it's not expensive. Drink lots of water. I know it looks like, this is an outdated trick, but this really works. Drink a lot of water, exfoliate at least once a week, okay? And if you continue this way, you should have a skin that naturally glows. Okay. So when makeup is applied, the natural skin glow will come through. Yeah.
That's so true. That's a given. And I want to say this also, that we can also reach Margaret at the following
on my social media site. So yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook.
And what do you call on Instagram?
MJ_signature. So the MJ is the MJAIDE_signature. Yeah,
you'll be on our screen as you watch us too. Also, now I want to find out more about you and your African roots. Okay. When you were growing up, did you ever think you were going to end up being an makeup artist?
Oh, I knew that right from secondary school days, because when I used to go out, do some side corner going out, I would just use my pencil, draw it on the wall, rub it out, and paint my eyebrows.
Wow, that's
I mean,
interesting.
I always loved to do that, and I just realized that, look, I had this thing, for makeup. I just loved makeup. My dad, disciplined me a couple of times for doing that in secondary school, but I never gave up. And today, he's so proud of me that I decided to leave my
daddy.
Yeah.
All right. Now, since we're unveiling Africa, I always like to ask my guests, what's their favorite countries in Africa? Like, I know you're from Nigeria, but beyond Nigeria, there are other countries in Africa, like 54 other countries, 7 islands. Which other 2 countries I know you love to go to all of them, but if we're given the opportunity to go to 2 today, like an Anthony Bourdain comes around and says, oh, let's go on a trip today to Africa, which one would you like to go to?
I would love to go to Kenya first, because my son has a thing for wildlife.
Okay.
And he talks about wildlife so much and tells me, oh, there's so much wildlife in Kenya. So yeah, that would be my first first African country to visit, and Ethiopia will be next.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of beautiful things about Ethiopia. So.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, because this is another fact from Unveiling Africa. Ethiopia is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa and possibly the world, and it has so grown immensely that it's now a place that people gravitate towards next to South Africa. All right. Oh, that's interesting. So what if this is? We'll all hop on the plane and we'll visit these countries together. Now, cool. What's your favorite food?
Jollof rice.
Ooh.
Favorite Nigerian meal, jollof rice with plantain and grilled chicken.
Sounds great already. Sumptuous. Anyway, thank you. But also, I want to ask you, how do you give back as a makeup artist? How do you give back to your community, or those coming behind you, or those who really need our help? How do you give back?
Okay, so back in Nigeria, before I relocated to the United States, I used to do like a quarterly free training for those young ladies that I actually know, and I can confirm that they did not have this money to train themselves. I trained them for free, and then they always have direct access to me anytime they need like some clearance on what to do with a client and all of that. Yeah, so I work with those who I know cannot pay for afford the fees, because to learn it's not cheap.
No.
Yeah, so I might do it every quarter, try to identify 1 or 2 young girls, and try to help them. And in the future, my plan is to have like a big school where I will be able to do this on a large scale and be able to empower a lot of young girls who really need that assistance to be able to stand on their feet on their own. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you answered my next question, like your legacy of, as a makeup artist. And, like I said, that's why I chose her, because she's selfless and she thinks about the next person. And she really wants to encourage our young girls, our young ladies to be empowered, to be independent, to be forthright in, making this world a better place, and even putting a smile on every woman's face. That would be an awesome achievement. Thank you so very much for being here with us today.
Thank you,
Is there anything else you'd like to share about your profession to the rest of the world, especially concerning Africa? Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
I love Africa. I love my country.
I don't know who would not love Africa.
Yeah, we are fun-loving people.
We're fun-loving people. We're so intense. We are diverse.
And our women multitask a lot.
Fantastic.
Yeah, since I was doing this I was a banker for 10 years, and I was doing this alongside for 6 years.
You heard it from her?
Yeah, so I just want to encourage every young woman out there. You can do it. Whatever you have as a dream in your heart, do not leave it as a dream. Bring it into the physical.
Okay.
Don't just keep dreaming. Work your dreams and bring them to life.
That is so true. And I said that to say that I also am living my dream. I always wanted to be on TV, but not just to be on TV. I wanted to bring the very best of Africa, because when I first came to America, I never saw anything good or anything positive about Africa. It was always about genocide or poverty or some animals flying from tree to tree, but it's so much more to Africa than that. And even though you hear all this news about Africa today, be true. watch Unveiling Africa and you'll hear real facts about Africa. And we'll try to bring you the pleasantries of Africa, the beauty of Africa, the talents, the multitasking women and men who make Africa what it is today. And never mind, we have our issues too, like everyone else, but we aim to bring the very best. Thank you so much. I want to thank my guest today, Margaret. Welcome again. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
And my audience and viewers, I welcome you to watch Unveiling Africa. Go to your local listings and find out where we air, mostly on cable vision. And we're looking to go beyond that, but also on YouTube under Unveiling Africa. I also have my Instagram page, Chris Unveiling A, and Twitter. We also tweet too. So go to my website, Unveiling Our Africa, for more information and details of our upcoming shows and whatever you might want to see on our show. You're welcome. You're most welcome to leave suggestions in our box. Thank you so much, and always thank you so much for letting me come into your homes to bring the love of Africa and the beauty of Africa into your homes. I thank you so much, and thank you again. I'm your host, Christine Daka McCary. Looking forward to the next time we meet again. Bye.